Stellar Blade finally released on PC, and instantaneously, it is a massive, massive success. As most pe- exactly as most normal people expected it to be. It's actually amazing how much you can do with just making a hot, reasonable, interesting female character and not hating your audience and actively telling your audience that you hate them. It's kind of wild how much you can get with just being a normal person.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Stellar Blade has officially released on the PC platform. And you would think after almost 2 years of his game already being out, that the journalists, aka the urinalists, the fat slobs that are working over there at PC Gamer right now, you would think that they would have gotten over this game and over how hot Eve is to the point where
Absolutely never. Listen, it's PC Gamer, okay? This is the new Kotaku. This is the new IGN. This is literally the child of CNN.
they don't have to write hit piece articles and basically show everybody how damn angry they are over the game's continued success. And yet here we are in 2025 dealing with the same exact thing that we dealt with when the game initially released on the PlayStation platform. We have an article here from PC Gamer with a headline that reads the following: Gooner Game of the Year Stellar Blade mods are
Best Gooner game of the year. Thank you very much. I love how they're still trying to shame people, even though that has not worked for, I don't know, the past 3 years at this point, roughly. No one cares, okay? Call me a bigot, call me a gooner, call me a Nazi, point out my Hitler body pillow is amazing. I literally could not care less.
41% smut, ensuring gamers will never see the light of heaven. So before we get into this video, special
Damn.
shout out to the 89,900 of you. Consider
Like
hitting
the
that subscribe button
video.
today. Let's get to
Subscribe.
90,000 subscribers. So guys, this article was written
Listen, if you hate these people and you should, just like the video. That's gonna piss them off the most.
by PC Gamer. PC Gamer is one of the gaming Eurydice websites that have been out there running hit pieces on Stellar Blade since the game first initially came out almost 2 years ago. Stellar Blade, when it first came out, was lambasted for being essentially non realistic. They tried to say that Eve was completely unrealistic expectations for women, even though it was based on an actual real supermodel, female.
Yeah. Also, that I don't think she was a supermodel. She was just a model. But yes, the funniest part about Stellar Blade was always the fact that these ugly, mentally and physically ugly people always are gonna call out, "Oh no, look at that! An actual likable woman with a personality and body? That's impossible! That must be fake." And then you find out, oh wait a minute, Stellar Blade was literally made, scanned. The body was scanned off of an actual existing model in a woman, and she's, by the way, not even that special. There's multiple like her. Ah, the jokes just write themselves, don't they, sometimes?
South Korean woman. I just don't understand why you continue to push this narrative that nobody believes. And yet here we are with the PC version being released, and all of this is being drummed up again. They're trying to claim that gamers are never going to see the light of heaven because of the 41% of the mods that are available for Stellar Blade being smut. Now, I don't know if this is a real number or if it's made up. I'm really
It's probably made up, because that would imply that they had to go through all of the mods.
not sure, but I want you guys to remember before we dive deep into this video, because in this video, we're going to go over 5 different Steam threads that I have with some of the most
Jeez.
ridiculous titles that you could imagine. And not only that, these are the people who praised Baldur's Gate 3 and their dick and balls physics. Okay. I want you guys to understand that.
They're hypocrites, yes. That is also something that we kind of forget most of the time because you never really see it. But let's it, if you objectify a woman in any way, and I'm using the term objectify pretty loosely here, that's always going to be bad for these people. But objectifying men, oh, that's fine. That's completely fine.
Comment down below if you remember
In fact, the more you do it, the better, because that's like feminism or something.
seeing those articles, right? There was articles written by all of these websites praising the dick and ball physics for Baldur's Gate 3, right? Because Baldur's Gate 3 was considered safe horny, just like Hades 2. Remember how Hades 2
True.
was being praised for having super hot fat characters, super hot trans characters, right? Oh my god, I'm gooning hard as fuck for Hephaestus because he's so goddamn fat and he's in a wheelchair. But that's perfectly fine. But God forbid Eve in her
Damn.
beautiful, seductive crimson dress on the PC platform. That's just going too far, right? That's too much. That's too extreme.
Obviously.
That's too extreme. We need to go back to Hephaestus. We need the fat fucking god that's in a wheelchair. That's what we need. But in any case,
And you know what was the best part about the Hades, the hypocrisy of the left? It was the fact that Aphrodite was literally pretty much naked. And she did have a supermodel body and whatnot, but that was fine because that game was an ally, you see. So none of the criticisms applies to allies, obviously. Again, the whole reason why no one is seriously gonna support this garbage ever is the blatantly obvious, non-stop flowing hypocrisy. Okay, you call out one side for being bad for X, but your side doesn't, but that's okay because they're on your side. People hate that, obviously. Hypocrisy is one of the worst things in the world, and it's one of the most visible things in the world. And people hate it.
so now these are the people that were praising that kind of stuff, but apparently they're calling you the gooners because you're enjoying Stellar Blade, and some of you are playing the game with a couple of mods. I'll leave that up to you to decide how
Every time someone calls me a Chad, I literally feel my power level rising.
absolutely stupid that is. Before we get into this article, because I know this article is essentially made by someone who is the meme of, like, you know how the person is, the NPC is crying behind the mask that is smiling. This is that guy who wrote this article. I want to show you, first off, shout out to Stellar Blade. Let me refresh this really quick. Stellar
Jesus, that's a lot.
Blade currently has 85,000 people playing right now at the time of filming this video, with an all-time peak of 183,830. It is on track to do better than it did on PlayStation, its native platform that it was exclusive to for XYZ amount of time, and now it's on PC and it's doing better than it ever did. So great job to Shift Up, and great job to Eve. You are doing exactly what we all thought you were going to do, or in my case, you're doing better than I thought you were going to do. We have some interesting threads here on Steam. The silent majority has spoken. All-time peak players, multiple games for comparison. Concord, 697. Avowed, 19,198. Assassin's Creed Shadows, 64,825. Stellar Blade, 127,000. And Rising, which we already went over the numbers again, 183,000 concurrent players.
And again, the big thing is, this is not actually a new game. It's just finally available on PC. That's it. That's it. That makes this number so much, honestly, more impressive.
On Stellar Blade. This thread is absolutely correct. The silent majority has 100% spoken, and it has felt it every single gaming Euryalist's favorite game. So,
and the thing about this, the silent majority will always speak. We always will know that we are on the right side of, well, history, as these people like to constantly try and fake it, by the fact that, well, we're always going to be right. People are not going to support this. The people who said Concord was great didn't play Concord. The people who said Avowed was great never played Avowed. The people who said Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be the best-selling Assassin's Creed Shadows ever didn't probably even buy it.
Supposedly, in the last, year or so. Then we have a thread here that says, friendly reminder to everyone. Don't respond to people with hidden profiles or people who follow the SBI detected group. They're infamously famous trolls. They don't believe any of what they say. They're just looking for a reaction. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you guys don't believe a single thing that you say because you're taking this moment to own the wokies, which you should take every moment to do because
Also, this insane conviction. This is nothing new. These people legitimately believe that while they are in the super minority and no one supports them and everyone is against them, that somehow they are still right and everyone around them is just being bad fate. That there's a lot of ways to cope, but this is probably one of the most insane and insidious ones. I mean, there's a reason 41 Minecraft exists.
God knows they have been trying for 2 years to try to make you look bad for enjoying Eve from Stellar Blade. We got another one here, flag the sexual content tag. By the way, I don't know if you guys are aware, but Stellar Blade, as of the recording of this video 5 hours
True.
ago,
Zero
Stellar Blade
nudity.
apparently was flagged with sexual content on the store page. Under the flags, click the plus. It apparently has that sexual content tag, but the game has zero sex and no nudity in.
These people need Stellar Blade to fail. Because again, every modern day game that is not done by their liking, not made in their image, succeeding proves that their ideology fundamentally is flawed and untrue. It just does, because there's no way. This is why all of these woke conversations typically end the same way. Avowed actually is a victory. Company after 2 months says, "Oh hell, shit! I guess we're shutting down because we didn't sell enough copies." And then they're gonna say, "See, this is somehow a victory." And the moment you call them out for it being stupid and bullshit, they're just not gonna respond or anything because they can't deal with reality. Fundamentally, reality always proves them wrong, and that is the most hilarious part, probably.
The game whatsoever. So people are starting to wonder, why is it flagged for sexual content? But that's not.
I really wonder how these people also just function in a general sense, to be completely honest. Because I don't know about you, but I really can't imagine myself being like wrong 5 or 10 times in a row and then just not defaultly thinking, maybe I'm a fucking idiot. Maybe this thing that I think I know or believe I'm wrong about. Like, how do these people not get there? How can they be wrong so many times in a row, constantly pretty much, and still hold on to their ingrained beliefs? How is this possible? Like, what is going on in there? And don't answer nothing. Well, okay, answer nothing. We all know it's nothing.
Neither here nor there. Look at this one. I'm sick to death of all the perversion on display. You guys really need to knock it off. Would you all be slobbering over this game if she looked like a grandma and worked a normal job? Get a grip, you
No?
creeps.
And?
What the fuck does that have to do with anything, bro? This is a false.
This is the if things were different, then things would be different argument. And it's completely stupid. Yeah, if things were different, our reactions would be different. What a great take. Now, how about you interact with a little bit of reality?
Equivalency. What the hell does grandma and working a regular job have to do with a game in a fantasy world? What the hell is this, bro? This has to be a troll. Well, if studios decided not to force these other represented females on us, it wouldn't be a problem. But wait, they do. And Western devs and game journalists feel threatened by a beautiful female, huh? Weird that you do too. It's okay to say you prefer looking at men. This person got banned. This person was called breeding medicine. What the there are hot grandmas out there, like baby making kind of hot. Yeah, okay, ban them, whatever. Smooth brain take. Let me guess, you just close your eyes when you go in the gas station. We all like looking at men. How the hell else are we supposed to see who we are talking to? Jesus Christ, man.
What?
So this person openly admits they goon for men, but God forbid you goon for women. It's always rules for thee, but not for me. This is a good one. This is a great one. Over sexualizing women needs to be stopped. Somebody called Cog.
I agree. The less competition I have at that, the better. Okay, listen, because again, here's the brutal reality of the world. Okay, now, granted, I'm gonna just tell you my experiences, but some of you probably already know this. I have literally never met a woman who does not enjoy me spanking that zanga zanga from behind in public. Okay, all of them have 100% the same reaction. Ooh, Stop! Don't do that in public. Every single one has that reaction, okay? Women love to be objectified in general. It is fact of life, okay? And the less competition I have at that, the better, okay? It is what it is, boys. And again, want me to take it one moment further? I have never encountered a woman who does not instantaneously get aroused the moment I put my hand like this around her neck. No squeezing, no nothing. Just put it there. Instantaneous success. Okay, YouTube. I'm joking. I'm joking. Obviously, as always, this channel is purely satire. Okay, 100% of the time. By the way, I'm joking. I'm joking. YouTube. You know it. That's just life. I mean, it's just how things work.
A game who is clearly farming clown emojis on Steam, and he's getting a ton of them, by the way. This is insane. Developers now over sexualizing women to satisfy gooners. Bro, is this Melanie Mac? Is this Melanie Mac? Probably. To get this rich, this is like the easiest route ever for them. However, over sexualizing women actually hurts our world. It affects people in real life, and they think every woman is the same. They think every woman is a sex object. This is super wrong and
Damn.
has no place in a gaming world or in
Has anyone tried telling this to the women themselves? I mean, they would be pretty shocked that understanding that this is bad.
our world. By the way, if somebody like this is being for real, if somebody like this is being for real,
They probably are. We know they probably are.
I want to be very clear with you guys. They're probably one of the first ones to claim that OnlyFans girls are stunning and brave and are incredibly independent and are strong women. And they're probably
Are they not?
subscribed to like 10 profiles. All right. They're probably
Classic.
subscribed to 10 profiles of OnlyFans girls, most likely. But here they are complaining about a video game that has a hot female in it. It's a little bit too much for them, apparently. It affects people in real life, and they think every woman is a sex object. This is super wrong. Has no place in the gaming world or in our world. I'm calling every single authority to stop. What? Bro, who are you,
Wait, maybe this is just satire. This could be satire.
bro? Who are you calling every single authority, bro? What are you going to call the FBI? Yeah, FBI.
Probably Homeland Security.
They're jerking off too much.
Otherwise, they don't have anything to do.
Get over here. I miss well-made games such as Dragon Age: The Veilguard of Val. This is a troll.
This is satire.
This
Yeah.
is a troll. There's no.
Okay, listen. The moment everything at the start already seemed a little bit funny, but the moment you called Dragon Age Railguard and Avowed good, we all know it's over.
Away. This is clown emoji farming. He says, I miss well-made games such as Veilguard, Avowed. These were masterpieces, and every game needs to be like them ASAP. Shame on you. Shift up. This game goes into the ignore list. Bro, this is a absolute troll. And this is what they are doing over there in the Steam forums. It is filled with this nonsense. Look at this. This game is trash gooner bait. The combat sucks.
God bless it being that.
Look at this. It's honestly not a good game. I played it on PS5. It's only popular because of the girl's ass. Gooder game without substance. Avoid. What are we doing, man?
Damn.
What are we doing? And ironically, this is from somebody called Half-Life 3 with a level 0 Steam account. Trolls are everywhere. Everywhere.
The hell does a level Steam account do? I think I have some levels, but I don't know what they do. Using, by the way, Steam as social media, I have not done that.
We're trying to speak bad about this game. But the funny thing is, this game is actually overwhelmingly positive on Steam in terms of
I mean, why would it not be, right?
reviews right now. It's got almost a 93% rating out of 13,000 reviews
That's
on
good.
Steam, which is fantastic. And like we said earlier, it's only going to keep going up. This number just rose 2,000 players in the time during this video filming from the beginning of the video to right now. But let's finish it off with the article we have here, because even the shills have to admit that Stellar Blade is doing better numbers than almost every other PlayStation port on Steam. And it's probably not just because of the nude mods. Oh,
damn, that's a brave opinion for PC Gamer.
bro, even when they're sitting there having to admit that the game is doing fantastic, they still have to throw in the gooner stuff and say it's not just because of that. Bro, it's a good game. Get over it. Seriously, get over it. You guys
Yeah, I mean that's the takeaway. It's a good game. Everyone knows you're lying. Everyone knows that if you're attacking it because of political beliefs, you're a loser. No one's gonna even try to argue this because everyone understands this to be the ultimate truth. Stop being an emotional loser. That's it. Anyway, that was Hypnotic. 10 out of 10. Bye.